straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Hit that like. Sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications. And share the video too. Salute to the whole entire Lions Den, both basketball and boxing community. We are talking about both of the sports right now. I also want to give a shout out to all of my day ones that's been rocking with me, and all of my new subs too. I appreciate it. Cheyenne, what's going on? How you doing, brothers? I see you in here. First one in here. Hit that like when you come in here, man. Give your boy a like, man. Give your boy a like. It's Friday night. I could be doing something completely different, but instead, I'm hanging with y'all. I'm hanging with y'all, man. And I might open up the panel tomorrow. Got a couple of things that I got going on this weekend, but nevertheless, man, let's get right to it. As you know, Jimmy Butler has been suspended 7 games by the Miami Heat for conduct detrimental to the team. We all know what it was about. It was pretty much him stating that he wanted to go ahead and get up out of Miami. Yeah, yo, what's up with it, Alex? Hit that like when you come in here too. Give me a like, please. But he's been suspended 7 games, and now the Miami Heat are open to hearing trade offers. And I want to know from y'all, where do y'all think would be the best fit for Jimmy Butler, aka Jimmy Buckets? Now, I have been on record to say this. And I know some people they thought I was capping. They thought I might have been smoking. They might have thought I've been smoking rocks. They thought I was snorting lines. They thought I was popping pills, doing all of that. I wasn't doing any of that. But when I said that all of this boiled down to Pat Riley playing hardball and Pat Riley not wanting to give Jimmy Butler what he wants, pretty much Pat Riley is responsible for all of this. Please hit the like when you come in here, please. Can you be a mod, Lisa? In order to be a mod, man, you got to show up. You got to be here, quite frequently. The people that are mods, they're here often, and they show love. So if I see you here supporting, it may be so, but this is your first time here, so I don't know if you're gonna show up again. But where's the best landing spot for Jimmy Butler? I want to hear from y'all. You have a lot of people that have said Houston. A lot of people are thinking Golden State. A lot of people are thinking Dallas. Now, it's all going to depend too, also, on what's gonna be coming in return, because Chicken TV brought up a very good point earlier in his video in regards to Jimmy Butler, and this is what he said. He said basically that Jimmy Butler, his trade value might have went down a bit for what he did in terms of him wanting out. And then also you got to think about it, Jimmy Butler, he's no spring chicken. He's still a young man in terms of civilian life, but in basketball, he's an older player. What's up with it, Stephen Green? I see you in here. You said Jimmy, three teams: Sac, L.A. Clippers, or OKC. Shyam said H Town is the best fit for Jimmy. I want to know why. Tell me why. Don't listen. When you come on here, explain yourself. I want to know why you said Houston. Because a lot of people are saying Houston. Tell me why H Town is a good move. And also tell me why Sacramento and the Clippers and OKC is the best move. I want to know why. And then you said Boston. Tell me why. I want to know. Because I can, we could go ahead and we could dissect all of them right now. You said LeBron needs toughness on that team. LeBron doesn't need anybody, and I don't think Jimmy Butler wants any of that type of drama. I do not think that he would mesh well with LeBron. So that cuts everything off. And LeBron doesn't need anybody. He's had everybody. He has enough talent on that team to get it done. It's just that they're not playing up to their capabilities. And then on top of that, LeBron doesn't know how to step out of the way. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about LeBron, okay? You said OKC, Jimmy, give OKC experience. The Clippers needs a second superstar. Well, but you're talking about a Jimmy Butler that's 35, and you're also talking about a Harden that I think Harden, is 33, if I'm not mistaken, 33, 32, 33, 34, something like that. So you're talking about superstars that are in their mid-30s. And Shyam, come on, man, give me your reason, man. I want to hear your reason why you said H-Town. No to Houston and OKC and Spurs. So you're saying no to all of them? What's up with it, Mr. Layback? I see you in the building. You said the best fit for Jimmy Butler would be great for the Sixers. So you got to think he's coming back to the Sixers. As much as I like Jimmy Butler, the way that the organization is going, unless unless you're talking about moving Embiid, which is not going to happen, I would not make that move. Um, Jimmy Butler is not going to want to play with Embiid. I'm just being real with you. First off, Embiid does not have the same mentality as a Jimmy Butler. I mean, it looked like that when he first came there. Jimmy Butler's mentality is to play through pain, play through whatever injuries that you might have, and just an all-out alpha leader, even at his age. And he doesn't bite his tongue for anybody. And Joel Embiid is not going to be able to handle that. He can't even handle Maxey telling him about himself. You said, what's up with it, Cottage? I see you in here. You said Timberwolves, so you want him to go back to the Timberwolves. So you're talking about him going back to the Timberwolves. Now, you remember he was there the first time. It didn't work out there. Okay, and then you also got to think about maybe kind of a damaged relationship with the fans just a little bit. But then also you got to think about they've already made their moves. Minnesota had already made moves. Are they going to move some people again? And then he's going to have to get accustomed to playing with Ant-Man, who's way younger than him, and both of those guys are alphas. Ant-Man is the alpha. He's not gonna give no middle ground, and neither is Jimmy Butler. However, maybe it could work. have a duo right there. You never know, it might could work. But are they going to give up McDaniels? That's the thing. Who are they going to give up? And what Ticket was talking about earlier too, they're they're gonna want assets, man. Like Pat Riley he's gonna play hardball in this. Pat Riley, man, is as much as I got respect for Pat Riley, he's wrong in this situation. But he's gonna want he's not gonna just give up Jimmy Butler and not get anything in return. You said Jamie Foxx. Oh my gosh. um, where do I see him going? I had said H Town. I thought Dallas, because Jimmy is from Texas. I thought about Dallas because the reason why I thought about Dallas is because we got to think about the injury that happened to PJ Washington. Now I know that he's in the front court, but that would be another body. That would be another body. What is this guy doing, man? You said Houston got a top five defense, and they a young and up and coming team. My only issue with them is the guard. These people are driving me crazy, y'all. The guard positions. I would love Jimmy G's, but I don't know how much they willing to give up for age 35. That's a good point, and that's the point that Ticket was making earlier about H Town and giving up a young asset. Um, you got to think about it like this. You had two guys on there that are going to be locked in Houston. What's it called? Uh, Jalen Green is going to be locked in Houston because he signed the deal, and then Seguin is going to be locked in. Maybe they might go after Reed Shepard. You know what I'm saying? The rookie. They might aim at Derek Brooks. You never know if they aim at Derek Brooks. Now I don't know. I don't know what Derek Brooks his contract is looking like. And then you never know. They might. I think I want to say Fred VanVleet. I don't know his contract situation either. But I was looking at Fred VanVleet too in return. But Fred VanVleet, he's not young, but he ain't all that old either. From an NBA ring standpoint, Warriors or Boston. Yeah, I mean, from a contender standpoint, I see what you're saying. Houston can get over the hump with Jimmy Butler. Do you see this trade happening sooner by February 6th? Well, he's on a 7-game suspension right now. He's on a 7-game suspension right now, so that's something that we got to keep in mind too. And then we'll be cooking with grease. Then I'm pretty sure they're gonna try, but they got to start negotiating, man. They got to start negotiating, and then you also got to look at there's some other moves that we got to look at too that's gonna be happening. So Jimmy Butler is not the only thing that I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to what's going on in Sacramento. A lot of y'all have mentioned Sacramento. Jimmy Butler going to Sacramento, man, he's gonna look at that place like, well, they're not competing for championships here. Jimmy Butler wants a championship. He wants a ring. He wants a ring, man. and he deserves it, rightfully so. I think Jimmy Butler deserves a ring, man. All the work that he's put in. Um, some of the stuff that Jimmy Butler does, he brings on himself. But I think overall, as a player, Jimmy Butler deserves a ring, man. I think he deserves a ring, but he's gonna have to earn it just like any other player, and of course he's gonna do that. What's up, Ashley? I see you in here, sweetie. Happy New Year's to you. Do we see this trade happening? Uh, okay. Hey, I appreciate it, beautiful. Salute to you, Ashley. But like I said, man, Jimmy Butler, man, I want him to go to a place, man, where he's gonna be happy and get back to playing basketball again. Like him not playing good, like I think what he only took 6 shots yesterday. He only attempted 6 shots. That 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 tells you that he's not happy over there. And you see they got look, they got him. Hey, look, man, they were like, look, we are not trying to have that. Like Pat Riley is not playing, man. Yeah, Pat Riley's old school, but Pat Riley is stubborn. And like I said, you're talking to a guy that has a lot of respect for Pat Riley, but Pat Riley he's in the wrong. He's in the wrong for this. Another point that I forgot to mention earlier, that also that the brother Ticket, man, he laid out some things. It was both him and True Raw. They both said some things that I forgot to mention. Now I did mention about them going to the NBA Finals and the multiple Eastern Conference Finals appearances and everything. But what I failed to mention is that Pat Riley did not want to build upon that to get some more pieces so that they can make it back to the championship and be in championship form, so they could possibly go ahead and get the Larry O'Brien. And Pat Riley just did not do that. I know he's old school. I like his old school mentality, but sometimes that can actually that could be a blessing as well as a curse. And in this case right here, with a guy like Jimmy Butler, you pay a guy like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has led your team. He's led your team to the final. He's led the team to Eastern Conference Finals. What they went to the finals in they 2 out of 4 years, I think it was. You said that's Pat Riley nature, being stubborn. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's worked for him, but it's also hindered him at times too. And the point I brought up earlier, Mr. Laidback, because you weren't here earlier, and I made a live earlier. I'm like, you stuck it out with like Ticket was talking about earlier about Udonis Haslem. You let Udonis Haslem stay there, be a mentor in Miami for so long. You let D Wade. This is the point that I made earlier. You let D Wade stay there, despite him being riddled with injuries, not being the same D Wade. He was pretty much a shell of himself, and you let D Wade stay there. Now, I know that D Wade brought a championship. He brought multiple championships there, especially bringing the first championship in '06 there. But Jimmy Butler, he made it to the finals I know he didn't get it done, but you got to give Jimmy Butler his credit. He played hurt in those finals. He was always playing hurt. Jimmy Butler always plays hurt, man, and was able to get it done. The difference between him and Embiid is that Embiid, when he plays hurt, he's actually harming his team. Jimmy Butler is actually helping his team because he's a guy that's needed. He's the guy that benefits the team and stuff. Do you think Jimmy can help Detroit? He'll help Detroit, but it's not going to be any point. We're like, Detroit's not a contender right now. They're not a contender. They're a young and up and coming team. And Jimmy Butler, you already know, Steven, Jimmy Butler don't have the patience for that. I mean, he didn't. I think about that time when he was in Minnesota. That's why, like, somebody had said Minnesota. I'm like, he's not going to want to be there because he's going to have to deal with the youth. He's going to have to deal with the youth of Anthony Edwards. And you saw how when he went to Minnesota, he was having to deal with Wiggins. He was having to deal with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, and he was trying to get those guys to, toughen up and stuff. But some of those guys, they get kind of rubbed the wrong way by Jimmy Butler's mentality. He got, really, honestly, Jimmy Butler got the same mentality as Pat Riley. That's why to me, they're kind of bumping heads right now. How about Jimmy going to Cleveland? Ooh, man, and Cleveland's on the road, but you don't want to mess up the continuity. They have good chemistry there. You don't want to bring. Listen, I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, but you bringing a guy like Jimmy to Cleveland, no, you don't want to mess it. That's just like with Minnesota. You shouldn't have done anything to the team. What you should have did was just make a few moves here and there, but don't blow up the whole thing. Well, see, that's my thing with Cleveland. Don't mess up the chemistry. They in a good groove right now. That's why I really didn't mention OKC either, because OKC is in a good groove right now. You don't want to mess up that chemistry they got, because Jimmy, like it or not, okay, yeah, Jimmy, he's a superstar and everything, right? But you got to think about, he's an aging superstar, which means that, he's gonna, he gonna feel entitled. You know what I'm saying? Even though he hasn't gotten the title. So I wouldn't want him in Cleveland, but I think Houston would be good. I know they got young guys over there, and I'm kind of being hypocritical when I say that, but I think that with the difference over there with Houston is that you have a coach in Ime Udoka who I think can identify with Jimmy, or if he does go to Golden State. This is my thing with Golden State. It could work with Golden State. However, we got to think about how Golden State plays. And another issue that I have is with Coach Kerr. Will he get along with Coach Kerr? I could see him and Coach Kerr bumping heads. I could actually see him and Draymond bumping heads. So you probably got a little personality issue there, but that's what everybody's keeping their eye on. There, look, and Dallas, I'm keeping my eye on that now. I don't know if Dallas has the if they have the leg room to do it, considering considering what they gave Clay and some of those other guys, and if they're gonna put where they're gonna put Jimmy at, because I'm pretty sure Jimmy, wherever Jimmy goes, they're gonna start Jimmy Butler. They're not gonna bring him off the bench or anything like that. They're gonna start Jimmy Butler. But the best spot for me, in my opinion, is Houston. I started to say, who was that I was starting to say? I was starting to say because I want him to get out on the team out west. I started to say, uh, but the only reason I didn't say San Antonio because they're still quite young, and they already have a veteran in Chris Paul who seems to be rubbing off Paul's on Wimby. So it's a lot to think about, man. But wherever he goes, Jimmy is gonna give. He's gonna give you max effort. It's not like Jimmy Butler is gonna go there and um, be a cancer to the locker room. Now, I will say this: Jimmy Butler has been known to be sometimes a cancer to the locker room. We got to look at that too, because you have to have good continuity with your teammates too as well. You gotta y'all gotta vibe well too. If the vibe ain't good, something bound to take place. Just like that situation that had happened with D Wade and Rondo over there in Chicago a long time ago. But I just want him to go to a place, man, where he got. Some people have even mentioned Denver. I don't know how where they would put him at. You know, some people have mentioned Denver. Yeah, some people have mentioned Denver, man. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of H Town, anywhere in Texas, because I know he wants to. I know he wants to come back home. Now the next thing I kind of want to touch on is Crawford versus Canelo. Salute to 78 Sports TV. He is the general of this LDBC thing. Like I said, if if there's no 78 Sports, there's no LDBC. So salute to the brother 78 Sports. Salute to Blue Blood. Salute to Trail Boxing with Black Fight Fan and CC. Uh, Salute to Ticket TV. Salute to Two Raw for TV. Salute to Town Biz, and salute to the brother Cartino for life. everybody that pretty much talks boxing. Now, we all got whipped that in of course in 2025, which we're here now. The big anticipated fight that's going to be happening in May is going to be uh, Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford. Um, I'm a little late on this, but I'm gonna give my opinion on it right now. This fight probably is going to be heavily anticipated, and they're going to get right down to business. A lot of people are thinking that there's going to be it's kind of a publicity stunt. I don't really see it that way because I see Terrence Crawford daring to be great. Okay, you got to give Terrence Crawford his props. But we're talking about Terrence Crawford putting on 20 pounds, 20 plus pounds of muscle, and you're going to do it very quickly. This is the thing right here. Yes, Terrence Crawford, he's got knockout power. His punches are accurate. Good counter puncher. Good jabs. But Canelo runs 168. He runs 168. Like, he is the king of 168. And the last guy that he fought, and I'm talking about Terrence Crawford, yes, he won. Okay, he won, but a lot of people didn't feel like he won convincingly. He didn't win with ease. And the reason is because, let's just call it what it is, him going up there, him moving up in weight. You had to figure out early with Terrence Crawford that this is a whole nother weight class. The hits that you used to give, they might have hurt people when you was like in 147 and a lower weight than that. I think 147. The hits are different, right? When we talk about 168, okay, that's a whole nother ball game. Now, I love the fact that Terrence Crawford is going up there and trying to do his best to be one of the greats, because let's just call it what it is. He said he wants Canelo. He's been calling out Canelo. And I like the fact that Canelo is actually going to make this fight or whatever. But I got to say this. Canelo's not going to fight a fight that he doesn't think that he can win. And I think that he sees a lot or some things with Terrence Crawford that will make him think that he'll get the victory. As far as Canelo is concerned, his last couple of fights, like when he fought Berlinga, you know what I'm saying? He fought Jaime. Canelo won, but we got to look at it. We got to look at it like this. That everybody really wanted to see it. They wanted to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. That's the fight that everybody wanted to see initially. Now, Oh, everybody wants to see this fight. Everybody talking about it's going to be the same as uh, when he fought Mayweather, stuff like that. Let me go ahead and let me put that fire out right now. Right, that's not going to happen. I can tell you now that is not going to happen. And the reason that's not going to happen is because, first off, Canelo was was younger uh, then. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on top like he was now. You know what I'm saying? At that time, of course, um, Mayweather was running things, but Terrence Crawford, you know, he's not going to do what Mayweather did. Mayweather didn't even lose a round. He didn't even lose a round. So that automatically tells you, you know, how much damage that he did. Now, Terrence Crawford going up there, listen, it's always a risk. It's a risk reward type of deal. It's just like when Charlo had went up there and fought Canelo. And listen, he figured out early Canelo's power is something vicious. Now, y'all look at Canelo like, oh yeah, he's aging, he's getting old, and all this other stuff. Canelo is still powerful and will still hurt you. I mean, in many different ways, through a body shot. You know, he'll lay you out throughout the fight, or he could clean knock you out. I'll tell you this though, Terrence Crawford is not going to be able to knock out Canelo. He's not going to be able to do it, man. And if they're fighting at, like, let's say a catch weight or something like that, then I might be able to say that. But even still, Canelo has not hit the canvas. He hasn't hit the canvas in his career. So I really don't see that happening. And on top of that, we got to understand who you're fighting. Listen, I know that Terrence Crawford has fought guys in the past, but he's never fought a fighter up to this magnitude like a Canelo Alvarez. He just hasn't. I don't know if any of my messages are coming. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm getting y'all messages now. What's up, Cottage? I see you in here. You said that's going to be good. We'll fight. You said you're saying that it's going to be a split decision. Mayweather Jr. was very boring fire at the end, effective, and will win. Yeah, well, listen, he figured out that he could do just as much damage. And Mayweather's not a very well liked man right now. He got, you know, his workers protesting and everything. So I mean, look, man, I hate what he's doing, you know, to his employees. You know, them coming out there, you know, them protesting. Man, it's a bad look on Mayweather in terms of his business or whatever. But like I said, man, with Mayweather though, yeah, you know, a lot of people were tired of seeing him be the defensive wizard and stuff like that. But he was smart in how he did it, and then on top of that, more often than none, Mayweather was considered the villain going into the fight. Everybody was rooting against Mayweather, so it actually made it quite fun because while you thought that you know like I would literally watch people, Mr. Layback, in like the bar or party, a fight party or something, and everybody would be thinking that the other opponent was hitting Mayweather and stuff like that, but he was just that other fighter might have been just dodging punches and stuff like that. Now it looked like in when you speed it up and stuff, it looked like he was hitting them and stuff like that, but he wasn't. And when you slow it down, and then you see Floyd's punches, they're accurate and stuff like that. It's a big difference. But I mean, he got out of there with um, with his motor skills. You know what I'm saying? And no, him not being punch drunk, stuff like that. But Mayweather was able to come in there and use all of that to his advantage. He's like, look, gone are the days of Rocky. Da 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 da. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there. But the thing about it is like those days are gone when you literally pounding, Rocky up to the point where he could barely open his eyes and, blood all over his face and stuff like that. For a while, that's what was being marketed it. But the thing about it is a lot of guys after, post-fight careers, a lot of those guys couldn't talk. A lot of the guys, they lost their motor skills, you know what I'm saying? TBE, brain issues, or neurological issues, stuff like that. And him getting out of the sport the way that he did, along with Andre Ward, those guys got out of the sport healthy. And that's what you want. You want to be healthy when you get out. You still want to be able to be healthy, still be able to go out places and have a normal conversation and stuff. There's plenty of fighters that can't do that. There's plenty of athletes that can't do that play football. I'm talking about the sports where, it's a lot of contact and it's very, an aggressive sport like MMA. But yeah, I see Canelo getting the victory, but for some strange reason, I don't see Terrence Bud getting knocked out or him getting severely beaten if he fights Canelo. I think he'll do better than Charlo. I think he'll do better than a lot of the fighters that have recently fought him. I think Bud will do a lot better. I think he'll do a lot better. And another thing is too, and I think the brother 78 pointed this out too. Shout out to 78 once again. If if Crawford loses, this internet is gonna be. They're not gonna waste no time flipping the script on him. Some of them might be Terrence Crawford fans. I've seen a lot of people jump ship from being Earl Spence fans, hardcore man down fans, to jumping ship, and then after that being on the other team, being with Terrence Bud Crawford. Some of these people didn't even like Crawford, but then now you want to call him the top fighter in the world, or the best pound for pound fighter in the world. When some of y'all didn't really feel that way, it was just that y'all was so mad and so disgusted about EJ losing. You said 78 was indeed correct. Well, yeah, he was. He was. But you don't want to. You listen. You don't want a case to happen where, let's say, T Bud loses, the media is going to tear him to shreds. They don't. They're not going to care about that victory against Earl Spence. I'm well. They'll care about it, but I don't see them. I don't see them talking about it. What they're gonna do is they're gonna sit up there and they're gonna make all. They're gonna tear him to shreds, and then with social media, like 78 was saying, they're gonna make all these memes and all that other stuff. When if Canelo does the unthinkable, which is to lay him out, and really honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did lay him out. I would be surprised in the fact that, okay, we expected more from Bud, but sometimes it just don't happen like that. But yeah, I'm finna just go ahead and roll out. Make sure y'all hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications too. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. And straight to the point, man. I'm out.